Nestled in the heart of Willow Hollow, where the sunlight dappled the forest floor and tiny bluebells swayed in the breeze, lived Sammy, a playful little hedgehog with shiny quills and a nose that twitched whenever adventure called. Sammy loved nothing more than playing with his toys and treasures, which he kept tucked safely in the nook of his tree trunk home. But while Sammy was known for his clever tricks and cheery laugh, he had one small problem: he didn't like to share. One day, as the first light of dawn painted the sky pink and gold, Sammy set out for his favourite trail that wound deep into the whispering forest. With each step, the scent of pine and wildflowers tickled his nose, and the sound of birdsong filled his heart with joy. But as he scampered along, something caught his eye, something unusual, glittering beneath the wide leaves of an old fern. With a curious squeak, Sammy pushed aside the fern and gasped. There, sitting in the soft moss, was a pair of shoes unlike any he had ever seen. They were a brilliant deep blue with gold stars sewn into the sides that twinkled as if the night sky itself had fallen to earth. Sammy's eyes widened as he reached out, and the shoes seemed to shimmer with anticipation. Could these be magic? Sammy whispered to himself, slipping them on. As soon as he tied the laces, he felt a warm tingle spread from his feet all the way to the tips of his quills. Without warning, the shoes gave a little shake, and Sammy found himself bounding high into the air, leaping over rocks and logs with ease. He giggled with delight as he raced through the forest, jumping and twirling. But the fun didn't stop there. Each time he laughed, the shoes glowed brighter and sent little sparks of stardust trailing behind him, filling the air with the sweet scent of honeysuckle. "Sammy, what are those?" called a familiar voice. It was Penny the squirrel, who had been gathering acorns nearby. She scampered over, eyes wide with wonder as she watched the stardust dance around Sammy's feet. "These are my new shoes," Sammy said proudly, landing with a little flourish. "Aren't they amazing?" Penny's eyes shone. "Can I try them on, even just for a moment?" she asked, her tail swishing with excitement. Sammy's smile faded slightly. He liked Penny, but the shoes felt too special to share. "Maybe another time," he said, his voice uncertain as he shuffled back a step. Penny's ears drooped, but she nodded and scampered back to her acorns, casting a wistful glance over her shoulder. As Sammy played, the shoes began to feel tighter, as if they were unhappy. They glowed a little less brightly, and their once joyful hum grew faint. Sammy frowned. "What's wrong with you?" he muttered. Just then, Ollie, the wise old owl, glided down from his perch with a soft hoot. His golden eyes twinkled knowingly. "Sammy, those are no ordinary shoes," Ollie said. "They're enchanted with the spirit of joy, and they only shine their brightest when shared." Sammy's eyes widened. "Shared?" he echoed, looking down at the shoes that now sat a bit snug on his paws. Ollie nodded, ruffling his feathers. "The magic of the shoes comes from giving happiness to others. Try it and you'll see." A pang of realisation washed over Sammy, and he felt a tiny twinge of guilt for turning Penny away. With a deep breath, he called out, "Penny, come back!" Penny's ears perked up and she bounded over with hope flickering in her eyes. "Would you like to try them?" Sammy asked, slipping off the shoes and holding them out. Penny's smile lit up her whole face as she slid into the shoes. The moment they touched her paws, the stars on the sides glowed brilliantly, and the shoes grew slightly, fitting her perfectly. Penny let out a squeal of joy as the shoes carried her up into a graceful leap, trailing stardust that glimmered like tiny fireflies. Soon all their friends gathered around, Benny the bunny, Daisy the duckling, and even Grumpy, Mr. Badger. Sammy grinned as he watched Penny twirl and spin, the forest now aglow with laughter and shimmering stardust. When Penny offered the shoes to Benny, they stretched to fit his large paws, sending him bounding across the meadow with glee. Each time the shoes were shared, they grew to fit their new wearer and sparked a new burst of magic. The air rang with giggles and cheers, and Sammy's heart swelled with a warmth that no toy or treasure had ever given him. Ollie hooted softly from his branch, watching the scene below. "Now you see, Sammy," he said, "sharing doesn't mean losing something special. It means making it even more wonderful." Sammy nodded, eyes glistening with joy. "I think I understand now," he said. The shoes found their way back to him, fitting perfectly again, but this time they hummed with a bright, warm glow. From that day on, Sammy became known, not just for his playful spirit, but for his generous heart. The enchanted shoes became a symbol of friendship in Willow Hollow, reminding everyone that sharing joy makes it grow stronger and brighter. True magic comes from sharing happiness with others. When we give to our friends, we create memories and bonds that last forever. The end. Please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting magical tales. Drop a message in the comments section